Back to our developing story right now. The only U.S. military member still held captive from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, now in U.S. custody. Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl was captured by the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2009. Now he has been freed. Special Forces picked up Bergdahl at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time from his captors in Afghanistan. In exchange for his release, the U.S. handed over 5 detainees from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Bergdahl is now at a U.S. forward operating base in Afghanistan. His family just hours ago learned he was free and appeared this hour at the White House with President Obama. The Qatari government actually helped broker that deal. We know Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl is free and he's coming home, but the mystery surrounding his capture nearly 5 years ago lingers. Former CNN war correspondent Mike Betcher joining me now from Oklahoma City. Mike, so nice to see you. There is still debate over what led to Sergeant Bergdahl's disappearance and capture. You have been embedded with units in Afghanistan. What do you think happened?
Well, it wasn't an organized operation by the Taliban, that much is clear. I was in that region of the country in 2009, 2010, 2011 in Khost and Paktika province, and it is clear that he left the base. But other than that, it's hard to say what happened, what the motivation was, why he was outside the wires, so to speak. All I know is that every unit in that area was on alert for that entire time looking for him, although it was assumed that he was across the border in Pakistan and North Waziristan.
And regardless of whether he left or something else happened, I mean, clearly the first concern was getting him back safely. You were captured in El Salvador and threatened with your life nearly 30 years ago. How did you survive? I mean, give us an idea of what you think. I know every situation is different, but what you think maybe Sergeant Bergdahl might have been going through.
Well, the first thing I did was try to gain my composure, because everything happens just like that. This happened at a busy intersection. I was in a van with my driver. A man walked up with a gun, put it on my head. Another one put it to the driver's head, and someone came behind me in the back of the van and put a gun to my head. I determined that my best way to survive was to do what they told me to do initially and not to do anything that upset them. I then, tried to make friends with them. They accused me of being an American spy, which happens to journalists all around the world. And so I told them I'm a reporter. I am just a simple reporter out here, and I'd like to live. Tell me what your problem is with me. And I followed orders until the end when after many hours of this, they told me to get on my knees, took me to the backside of the Salvador volcano where they execute people, and I refused to get on my knees. At that point, I knew that I had to be defiant at that point. So it's a delicate line you walk when your life is in somebody else's hands and you're pretty sure they're going to kill you.
Yeah, certainly some terrifying moments. Mike, I know you're going to join us again at the top of the hour, so it's nice to see you, and we'll talk with you again shortly here. Anti-government protests in Turkey take a surprising turn. Police rough up a CNN correspondent while he is reporting live. We're going to play that for you coming up next.